Hi, I'm Shade Tree Pastor, and this is 5 Minutes in the Bible. I've had a couple of requests from people asking that I talk about Revelation. And that doesn't really lend itself very well to only a 5-minute discourse. That said, I'm going to do my best. So here goes. First, there are two different ways that we need to look at Revelation. One is how it existed in its historical context, and the other is how we see it in a faith context today. Its historical context was that it was written to churches that were either undergoing Roman persecution or perceived as undergoing Roman persecution. So it was written to them in order to give them hope for the future. That one day all the things they were going through would come to an end, and it would end in victory through Jesus Christ. Because of that, almost everything in that book refers to people, places, and events that existed at the time that it was written. Now, we also do see it in a faith perspective. We also believe that it points us to the second coming of Jesus Christ, when he will come back, set everything aright, end all injustice, end all evil, and we will live in peace and harmony with the Lord for the rest of eternity. The problem is, that's a little boring. So a lot of people want to invent these things that are going to happen to try to tie it tightly to very specific modern day people and modern day events that book was actually never meant to be applied to. Its role in our faith community today is exactly the same as when it was written. It is meant to give comfort to Christians living in a kind of crazy world, that one day all the evil and injustice and pain and suffering that we see will be brought to an end in Jesus Christ. So my advice is, don't try to tie it to modern day events outside of the fact that we are still living in the same world that existed then. All the same evils, all the same injustices still exist. Those are the things that we should be worried about, not whether one thing specifically applies or fulfills a prophecy or something like that. Because let me tell you, Jesus could come back at any time. All the prophecies that needed to be fulfilled have been fulfilled in some way. We're actually not waiting for anything. So take hope, take comfort in the knowledge that what it really teaches us is that in the end, Christ wins, and his love and forgiveness and the work of salvation that he accomplished brings us victory. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about Revelation, I highly recommend the video series put out by the Bible Project. I'll put a link below so that you can follow it. Thanks for joining us today.